When a woman craves you, she can't control these signs. Old Stoic wisdom. Listen closely, because what I'm about to reveal will change how you see attraction forever. This isn't some surface-level dating advice or cheap pickup tricks. This is the raw, unfiltered truth about what happens when a woman's desire for you becomes undeniable, when every glance, every touch, every word she speaks betrays a craving she can't control. If you've ever wondered why some men effortlessly draw women in while others remain invisible, this is the insight you've been waiting for. This isn't about manipulation or playing games. It's about recognizing the invisible currents that govern genuine attraction, rooted deeply in biology, psychology, and primal human instinct. Too many men spend their lives chasing empty approval from women who feel nothing for them, trapped in dead-end relationships founded on insecurity and false hope. But that ends today. Once you learn to identify the unmistakable signs that a woman is truly drawn to you at her core, doubt disappears. You'll stop settling for half-hearted interest. You'll no longer question if she's genuinely attracted to you. And most importantly, you'll never have to fake confidence, plead for attention, or lower your standards. The power shifts naturally, and it's not through manipulation, but through awareness of what was always present. If you're ready to see attraction for what it truly is, don't look away. What follows will challenge everything you thought you knew about desire, connection, and the kind of man who inspires fascination without uttering a single word. When a woman craves you, her body reveals it in ways beyond her conscious control. True attraction is an ancient force, written in our biology and etched into human nature. Master the art of reading these signs, and you'll witness a truth unfolding right before your eyes. Let's dive deeper, not with empty tactics, but with a genuine understanding of the forces that drive real human connection. First, consider the eyes. First, look closely into her eyes, the timeless windows to the soul that reveal truths the mind tries to hide. When a woman truly craves you, her gaze will linger just a moment longer than usual. Then she'll look away only to return with a magnetic pull, as if drawn by an invisible force. This isn't random or superficial. It's rooted in instinct. Pupil dilation, a subtle yet undeniable physiological response to attraction, happens unconsciously when something or someone sparks her nervous system's primal recognition. You cannot fake this. It either happens naturally or it doesn't, signaling that your presence has awakened something deep within her. This is echoed by the wisdom of Ralph Waldo Emerson, who said, "Love of beauty is taste. The creation of beauty is art. Here the art is in the silent language her eyes speak, expressing attraction beyond words." Then consider touch, the most primal, ancient language of all human connection. Women are often subtle but purposeful in how they initiate physical contact, whether it's a gentle brush of her hand against your arm, a seemingly accidental nudge during laughter, or a tender adjustment of your collar. These moments are not mere coincidences or random gestures. They are deliberate tests, measuring your response, seeking to gauge your openness and vulnerability. When you recognize this silent dialogue and respond with authentic attentiveness, you acknowledge her trust, a silent admission that she feels safe enough to open a door to deeper intimacy. Ignoring these signals means missing the whole conversation unfolding beneath the surface, much like missing the melody while focusing solely on the lyrics. This insight aligns with Maya Angelou's reflection. People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Beyond eyes and touch lies the undeniable shift in her energy when you enter her space. The composed woman, who is usually unshaken, suddenly becomes flustered, or reserved becomes radiant. This isn't coincidence, but pure chemistry in motion. True attraction is not about scripted lines or rehearsed moves. It's about the kind of man who, by simply being authentic and present, alters the atmosphere around him. When your existence unsettles or uplifts her equilibrium, you've touched the core of real attraction. As Friedrich Nietzsche insightfully put it, invisible threads are the strongest ties. Your presence weaves those threads, creating a magnetic bond she can't ignore. However, here's the critical truth. None of this is manipulation or performance. A woman who craves you responds not to a mask, but to the genuine reality of who you are. The most powerful strategy isn't to spot these signs just to exploit them, but to become the man who naturally evokes them. Embody strength, purpose, and depth authentically. An attraction unfolds naturally, not as something you chase, but as a consequence of your being. Reflect honestly. Are you living with the kind of presence that commands such a response? Or are you still playing a role, hoping to be chosen instead of becoming the man who makes choice inevitable? This difference is the divide between scarcity and abundance, between seeking validation and wielding true power, a choice only you can make. When a woman truly craves you, her attention becomes a form of fixation, a subconscious prioritization of you in her emotional and mental landscape. This goes far beyond simple attraction, revealing itself in consistent, almost neurological patterns. Take memory, for instance. She recalls small details about your life with remarkable precision. The book you casually mentioned months ago, or your preference for quiet places. She brings these details up naturally, subtly weaving them into your shared world. This phenomenon, called selective attention in psychology, demonstrates that you hold a privileged space in her mind, signaling a deep level of investment and value. It's a powerful reminder that true connection grows from genuine interest and care. In real life, this means paying attention to how women around you behave in subtle, often nonverbal ways, recognizing that real attraction is built on authenticity and mutual respect, not manipulation. By embracing who you truly are, you allow others the space to respond to your authentic self, cultivating connections that are both meaningful and enduring. As the great Leonardo da Vinci said, "Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication." Be simple, be genuine, and watch how attraction unfolds naturally. Now, I invite you to reflect. Have you noticed these signs in your own experiences? Share your thoughts and stories in the comments below. Let's explore together what genuine connection really means. Second, there's the matter of proximity. When a woman truly craves a man, her signs are subtle, yet unmistakable, rooted deeply in ancient instinctual impulses that transcend mere conscious control. One of the most revealing behaviors is proximity, the unconscious, almost magnetic pull that draws her physically close to you. She'll find excuses to sit beside you when other seats are free or stand just a little closer than socially comfortable, not out of calculation, but because something within her compels this closeness. This dance of nearness echoes the primal forces that have guided human connection for millennia, a silent language spoken before words ever come into play. It's why she might laugh a little louder at your jokes or mirror your gestures without realizing it. These are not rehearsed moves, but natural manifestations of a gravitational force between you. Understanding these signs isn't just about noticing her behavior, it's about grasping what it reveals regarding the intensity of her engagement. When her proximity speaks volumes, it signals a deeper emotional investment, a genuine draw that cannot be feigned or faked. This instinctive closeness is often accompanied by subtle shifts in her social interactions, especially when other women enter the scene. A woman who craves you will show flashes of possessiveness, not the toxic, controlling kind, but an evolutionary reflex born from millennia of competition for valuable mates. You might catch her casting a sharp glance at another woman who's interacting with you, or notice her reasserting herself in conversation with renewed energy and purpose. These responses aren't petty jealousy or insecurity. They're primal signals rooted in the recognition of potential rivals and the threat of losing something precious. Far from being a weakness, this behavior is a sign that you've become someone worth competing for, a position of strength that commands respect and appreciation. Recognizing this dynamic helps shift your perspective. It's not about exploiting these moments, but about honoring the fact that you have earned a place of significance in her world. Attention, after all, is the most valuable currency in human relationships, and when she invests it so intentionally in you, It speaks to the real value you hold in her eyes. What this attention truly means is that you have moved beyond surface-level attraction and into a realm of genuine connection. She's tracking your preferences, gravitating toward your presence, and responding to social threats, all signs that you hold a meaningful position in her personal hierarchy of worth. These reactions can't be faked or manufactured through tricks or superficial charm. They are the natural byproduct of authentic attraction built on real substance. This raises a powerful question for any man. Are you cultivating the character, ambition, and presence that naturally inspire this kind of focused attention? Or are you still clinging to the misguided belief that attraction can be engineered through tactics or manipulations? The truth is that people, women included, are discerning with their attention. They invest it in those who offer genuine stability, insight, strength, and the rare capacity to make them feel truly seen and valued. If you struggle to elicit this depth of response, the answer isn't found in decoding female psychology like a puzzle, but in the harder work of becoming someone worthy of such recognition, a man who stands out through real growth and integrity. This process of self-development is where the true power lies, not in spotting signs, but in embodying the qualities that naturally trigger those signs without effort. When you become that man, the attraction is no longer a mystery or a game. It is a natural consequence of who you are. This transformation begins now, grounded in the understanding that the forces at play in attraction are not mystical, but biological and psychological realities rooted in our evolutionary past. Beneath the surface of modern social interaction, ancient drives govern how we connect, how desire arises, and how bonds form. When a woman craves you at this fundamental level, she isn't making calculated choices. She's responding to deeply embedded evolutionary imperatives that have shaped human mating behavior for thousands of years. This insight fundamentally changes how you approach relationships. True magnetism isn't crafted from lines or tactics, but from embodying traits that resonate with these primal recognition systems. Delving into the biological basis, pheromones, those invisible chemical signals we emit without knowing, play a vital role in attraction. When a woman leans in closer to catch your scent or unconsciously touches her hair or neck in your presence, these aren't random gestures, but physiological responses to chemical cues that signal genetic compatibility. This explains why two people can seem perfect on paper, sharing interests and values, yet feel no spark. Their biology simply hasn't given its approval. This reality reminds us that attraction begins far deeper than conversations or appearances. Genuine chemistry is not something you can negotiate into existence or manipulate with charm. It is an instinctive recognition that occurs beneath conscious thought. This makes pursuing someone who doesn't respond at this level a fruitless endeavor, as real connection cannot be forced or faked. Instead, focusing on becoming the kind of man who naturally triggers these primal responses through confidence, authenticity, and emotional presence is the path to attracting lasting interest. In modern life, where distractions abound and social interactions often feel superficial, these ancient signals still pulse beneath the surface. They manifest in subtle ways, often unnoticed, yet when recognized, they offer profound insight into the nature of attraction. The advice here is clear. Rather than attempting to decode or control these signs, invest in cultivating your own worth, your stability, integrity, and emotional strength. These qualities not only command attention, but also create an environment where authentic connection can flourish. Remember, the power was never in recognizing these signs, but in becoming a man who naturally inspires them, someone who moves through life with purpose and self-respect. When you embody this, the uncontrollable signs of a woman's craving will arise naturally, not as tricks or strategies, but as a reflection of the deep, unspoken bond that true magnetism creates. If you've ever wondered whether a woman truly craves your presence, remember this. It's not about decoding her, it's about becoming undeniable. And if this resonates with you, drop this in the comments right now. I attract through purpose, not pretense. Like this video, subscribe for more timeless insight, and remind yourself daily, the strongest magnetism isn't shown, it's felt. Third, the power of her voice and laughter. When a woman truly craves you, her body language speaks louder than words, but nothing reveals her desire more clearly than the subtle transformation of her voice and laughter in your presence. Pay close attention to how her tone changes when she's around you. It softens, becomes warmer, and often takes on a playful, almost teasing edge that she never shows to others. This isn't random. It's an unconscious signal, rooted deep in human nature, that she feels something powerful and magnetic drawing her to you. Her voice becomes a channel of vulnerability and attraction, quietly revealing the emotional connection she's building with you beneath the surface. Genuine laughter, too, is a key indicator, real, uninhibited laughter that rises naturally from her spirit when you say something funny, or even just exist nearby. This laughter isn't forced or polite. It's an expression of feeling safe, relaxed, and deeply connected on an emotional level. It's a sign she's opening up to you in a way she might never do with others, and that opening is a form of craving. The ancient Stoics understood this kind of subtle influence well. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the colour of its thoughts. Your presence, your energy, the way you carry yourself, these things colour how she feels around you. When a woman's voice softens and her laughter flows freely, it means you have shifted the emotional atmosphere. You've created a space where she can be authentic, where her defences come down, and where desire grows. This is not about superficial attraction to your looks, wealth, or status. It's about the emotional imprint you leave on her. It's about being a man who commands presence and authenticity so profoundly that her body responds without conscious thought." In modern life, where distractions are constant and genuine connection is increasingly rare, these signs become even more valuable. Men often chase external markers of success, cars, money, social media, clout, believing those will draw women in. But the truth is deeper. Women crave emotional security and a man who can inspire it through presence and confidence. When her voice changes around you, it's a biological whisper of attraction and trust. When her laughter bubbles up naturally, it's a sign she's craving not just your company, but the emotional safety only you can provide. Ignore these signs, and you miss the true language of desire. Recognize them, and you hold the key to influence and connection. When a woman can't help but soften her voice and laugh openly in your presence, she's drawn to the man who masters himself first, his emotions, his energy, his authenticity. This is your call to step up. Become that man. Own your power. Command your presence. Be the force that moves her on a level deeper than words. As Tony Robbins says, the way we communicate with others and with ourselves ultimately determines the quality of our lives. Your voice, your energy, your ability to inspire genuine laughter, these define how she feels and what she craves. So watch carefully. Listen intently. When you hear that softened tone, when laughter erupts freely, it's a declaration she can't control. She craves you. Don't just notice it, act on it. Show up fully. Be present with strength and authenticity. This is your moment to turn desire into connection, to convert attraction into something real and lasting. Like this message, if you've ever experienced this powerful shift, comment below with your story about how you recognize these signs. Subscribe to learn how to master these ancient truths in the modern world. Because when a woman craves you, it's no longer about chance. It's about your command, your presence, your power. Own it. Fourth, her subtle mirroring of your actions. When a woman truly craves you, one of the most profound yet easily overlooked signs is her subtle mirroring of your body language and behavior. This phenomenon, where she unconsciously mimics your posture, gestures, or even the rhythm of your breathing, might seem insignificant at first glance, but it holds powerful meaning beneath the surface. Mirroring is an ancient, primal form of communication embedded deep within our social instincts, signaling connection, trust, and emotional alignment. It's as if her body is quietly telling you that she is tuned into your energy and desires to create harmony between you two, without even realizing it herself. This unconscious imitation is a silent language of intimacy, a bridge built instinctively to foster closeness and understanding. Understanding why this happens requires us to look through both a scientific and philosophical lens. Psychologists have studied the role of mirroring in human relationships and discovered that people naturally mimic the behaviors of those they feel connected to, often without being aware they are doing it. This mirroring helps reduce social distance, builds rapport, and strengthens emotional bonds. When a woman mirrors your actions, it's her body's way of signaling that she feels safe, comfortable, and emotionally engaged with you. This synchronization enhances emotional intimacy, making conversations flow more effortlessly and feelings deepen naturally. The great Stoic philosophers, like Marcus Aurelius, often spoke about the importance of understanding nature's patterns to live harmoniously. And here, the woman's mirroring is a perfect example of how natural instincts guide human connection. In practical, everyday terms, this might mean she leans in when you do, crosses her legs similarly to you, or even laughs at the same rhythm as you. It's important to recognize that this is not about conscious mimicry. It happens subtly and instinctively, often slipping by unnoticed if you're not paying close attention. This instinctual mirroring reflects her desire to be in sync with you emotionally and physically, which is a clear sign that she craves a deeper connection. It's much like how in team sports or dance, synchronization fosters unity and enhances performance. When two people's body language aligns, it creates a natural bond and builds trust, a foundation critical to any meaningful relationship. Moreover, this mirroring extends beyond mere physical actions. It often touches on the emotional level, where her mood and energy begin to reflect yours. If you're calm, she becomes calm. If you're excited, her energy rises in tandem. This emotional resonance is another layer of the mirroring effect and is essential in building true intimacy. It's why people say, emotion is contagious. When she craves you, she's not only matching your body, but also your emotional state, creating an unspoken harmony that draws you closer. In real life, recognizing these signs can be transformative. For men between 35 and 70, an age when emotional intelligence and life experience deepen, you can use this insight to better understand a woman's true feelings beyond words. Many men overlook such subtle cues, focusing instead on overt signals like verbal compliments or obvious flirtation. Yet, it is often in these quiet, unconscious gestures that genuine desire and emotional investment reveal themselves. Paying attention to her mirroring behavior allows you to sense when she is emotionally invested, which can help you respond with authenticity, patience, and care, thereby strengthening the bond between you. Remember the wisdom of Aristotle, who said, "Man is by nature a social animal." This reminds us that human beings are wired for connection, and our bodies are always communicating on levels beyond speech. When you notice her mirroring your actions, it's a call to reciprocate, not by forcing mimicry, but by tuning into her signals, matching her energy, and creating a space where vulnerability and trust can flourish. This mutual synchronization is a dance of intimacy, a dance that has been part of human interaction since the dawn of time. If you think back to your own relationships, you'll realize that moments of mirroring are often the turning points where connection deepens without a word. It's the subtle alignment that makes you feel seen, understood, and valued. These small signs can mean the difference between a fleeting encounter and a lasting, meaningful relationship. So take a moment to observe, appreciate, and nurture these moments when a woman's body language aligns with yours. They are powerful indicators that she craves you and wants to build something real. I invite you to reflect on your personal experiences. Have you noticed these subtle forms of mirroring in the women who truly cared for you? How did those moments influence your connection? Share your stories and insights in the comments below. By opening up, you not only help yourself understand these signs better, but also create a community where men can learn from each other's experiences. Embracing this timeless wisdom will enrich your relationships and lead you closer to the emotional intimacy you desire. After all, The greatest connections in life often begin with the simplest, most instinctive gestures, those silent echoes of our shared humanity. If you've noticed her matching your energy, your posture, even your mood, don't ignore it. That's not coincidence. That's connection on a primal level. Comment this now if you understand the power behind her silent signals. I see the signs that words don't speak. Fifth, her genuine curiosity about your inner world. When a woman truly craves you, her curiosity goes far beyond casual conversation. It's a powerful, unmistakable signal that she's deeply drawn to your inner world. She doesn't just ask the usual questions about your day or your job. Instead, she digs into your dreams, your values, and your personal experiences. This isn't small talk. It's a deliberate, focused effort to understand who you really are beneath the surface. She remembers the details from your past conversations and follows up on them later, showing that your thoughts and feelings are not just heard, but valued. This kind of genuine curiosity is rare in today's distracted world, where people often settle for shallow interactions. When she does this, she's craving emotional intimacy, an unbreakable bond built on knowing and being known. It's impossible to fake this kind of engagement because it requires emotional investment and real desire. As the Roman emperor and philosopher Marcus Aurelius said, "The soul becomes dyed with the colour of its thoughts." When she seeks to know your soul, she's ready to weave you into the fabric of her life, to make you part of her emotional landscape. In our fast-paced modern lives, where most relationships are reduced to swipes and fleeting messages, a woman who takes this level of interest is a rare treasure. She's telling you with every question, with every remembered detail, that you matter profoundly to her. Men, listen closely. This is not a moment to hesitate or play games. This is a call to action, a chance to respond with equal intensity and authenticity. You must meet her curiosity with your own openness, your own willingness to reveal your inner world, because this is where true connection begins and flourishes. The power is in your hands to turn this emotional craving into a lasting, powerful bond. The danger is in ignoring or underestimating it. In the words of the great motivational leader Tony Robbins, the meeting of preparation with opportunity generates the offspring we call luck. Your opportunity is here. Prepare yourself emotionally, step up with courage and clarity, and seize this moment. If you let fear or hesitation take hold, you risk losing something precious forever. So take control, embrace this deep connection she's seeking, and lead with confidence. Like this content if you're ready to own your power in relationships. Comment below with one thing you will do today to open up your heart, and subscribe to master the art of emotional mastery and connection. Remember, when a woman's curiosity is real, it's not just interest, it's an invitation to something greater. Are you ready to accept it? Sixth, notice her willingness to be vulnerable around you. When a woman truly craves you, it reveals itself in the subtle yet powerful way she allows herself to be vulnerable in your presence. This vulnerability is not just about showing her strengths or the polished version she might display to the world. It's about exposing her fears, doubts, and imperfections, those parts she guards closely around most people. When she does this with you, it's a clear and rare indication that she feels emotionally safe and deeply connected. It means she trusts you enough to lower her defenses, inviting you into her inner world, a world few ever get to see. This is more than mere attraction. It is a profound investment in the emotional bond you share. The timeless wisdom of Brené Brown, who said, "Vulnerability is the birthplace of love, belonging, joy, courage, empathy, and creativity," captures this truth perfectly. When she embraces vulnerability, she hands you the key to her heart and soul, entrusting you with her most authentic self. This kind of openness is the foundation for real intimacy. It's a sign that craving isn't just a fleeting physical desire, but a yearning for connection on a deeper, emotional level. As life matures us, we come to realize that surface-level attraction fades, but emotional safety and genuine connection create lasting bonds. When a woman shows vulnerability around you, It signals that she is not simply captivated by your appearance or charm, but that she sees you as a trusted partner worthy of her true self. It is an invitation to engage with her, not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually. In real life, this means appreciating and nurturing the environment that allows such vulnerability to thrive. It's about more than just being present. It requires active listening, withholding judgment, and offering reassurance when she reveals her fears or insecurities. Small acts of kindness, patience, and understanding build the foundation for this emotional safety. As Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, wisely said, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." Loving someone means accepting their whole self, flaws and all, and creating a space where both partners feel free to be genuine without fear of rejection. This wisdom transcends time and culture because it taps into the very essence of human connection. The old Stoic teachings remind us that craving and desire are not about control or possession, but about mutual respect and shared vulnerability. When you respond to her openness with empathy and kindness, you reinforce the bond, making her feel valued beyond her exterior, and that in turn deepens her craving for you. Imagine the transformative power of a relationship where both people feel safe enough to reveal their inner struggles, dreams, and hopes without fear. This is not fantasy. It's attainable when you prioritize emotional honesty and create a space of trust. For men navigating the complexities of relationships, this is a reminder to look beyond the obvious and honor the quiet signals of emotional craving. When she lets you in, cherish it as one of the most profound signs of desire, because it reflects not just attraction, but deep connection and love. And if you find today's content very interesting, please give me a word of encouragement by commenting "very interesting" in the comments section. That is a huge motivation for us. Thank you. 7th, observe how she prioritizes time with you despite a busy life. When a woman truly craves you, one of the most unmistakable signs is how she prioritizes her time to be with you, even amidst the relentless demands and distractions of modern life. This behavior goes far beyond a casual favor or a fleeting convenience. It's a deliberate and conscious choice to dedicate her most valuable resource, time, to your presence. In a world where every minute is fiercely contested by work, family obligations, social commitments, and the constant pull of digital distractions, her decision to carve out space for you reveals a deep level of desire and emotional investment. This aligns with the timeless wisdom of Jim Rohn, who wisely said, "Time is more valuable than money. You can get more money, but you cannot get more time." When she gives you her time, she isn't just being polite or accommodating. She's making a powerful statement that you are a priority in her life, someone she truly craves and wants close. It's important to recognize that in the chaos of today's fast-paced society, genuine attention is a rare and precious commodity. Unlike money, which can be earned back or replaced, time lost is gone forever, making her choice to spend it with you a silent but profound declaration of her feelings. This dedication can show itself in subtle ways. She might rearrange her schedule, skip other engagements, or even push through exhaustion just to share a moment with you. These sacrifices, though often unspoken, speak louder than words and reveal a heartfelt craving that she cannot easily control or conceal. For men between 35 and 70, who may have experienced the shifting dynamics of relationships over the years, understanding this sign can deepen your appreciation of authentic connection. It reminds you to value not just what she says, but how she invests her time and attention. In practical terms, this means being mindful to reciprocate that same level of respect for her time and presence. Building a relationship where both partners consciously prioritize each other amid life's noise strengthens trust and intimacy. The ancient Stoic philosophers taught the importance of presence and intentional living, urging us to recognize what truly matters amid fleeting distractions. Today, applying that wisdom means recognizing when a woman chooses to share her limited time with you, a choice rooted in genuine craving and commitment. Embrace this knowledge as a guide to nurture the bond you share, ensuring it grows with mutual respect, appreciation, and awareness. that time given freely is one of the highest forms of love she can show. 8th, pay attention to how she communicates when apart. When a woman craves you, her mind becomes a relentless battlefield where you are the undisputed champion. It's not just the stolen moments you share face to face. It's what happens when you're apart that reveals the deepest truth of her desire. She reaches out with messages that seem spontaneous, but they're anything but random. Each text, call, or note carries a heavy weight, a hidden message etched in the subtlety of her words. A joke that only you would understand, a memory that flickers across her mind, a simple thought she feels compelled to share. All these are signals of a profound mental preoccupation. This is no polite gesture or casual check-in. This is the unmistakable mark of a woman whose thoughts are obsessively drawn to you, a woman whose emotional and psychological hunger cannot be silenced or controlled. The old Stoics knew this well. Seneca warned, "Desire blinds the mind and impairs the judgment, and here it is laid bare. Her mind no longer obeys her, it belongs to you. She cannot hide it, and she doesn't want to. The craving you ignite in her is a force of nature, a storm that sweeps through her mental landscape and leaves no corner untouched." In our modern, distracted world, where attention is fragmented and fleeting, for a woman to be so mentally fixated on you is to declare something monumental. You have seized her soul's focus. You are the thought she wakes up to and the memory she drifts to sleep with. This is far beyond physical attraction. It is a psychological claim, a deep-rooted emotional attachment that permeates her consciousness. Men understand this with absolute clarity. When she constantly reaches out, when her mind circles back to you over and over again, you are no longer just a presence in her life. You are the center of her universe. This is your power. This craving she cannot control is your victory. But power demands action. Do not let this treasure slip through your fingers by responding with hesitation or uncertainty. Rise to the occasion. Show up with unwavering confidence. Command her attention as decisively as she commands your presence in her mind. This is the moment to become the man who is worthy of such mental and emotional conquest. Marcus Aurelius said, "The soul becomes dyed with the colour of its thoughts. If her thoughts are dyed with you, then you must carry yourself with the authority of a man who owns that influence. Own the space you occupy in her heart and mind, because when a woman craves you so deeply, she relinquishes control, and you become the master of her desire. This craving is not a weakness. It's a declaration of power, a call to lead. Use it. In a world where many men hesitate, where many fail to recognize the signals, be the one who understands and acts. If you want to dominate your relationships, to make your presence unforgettable, to wield influence over the hearts and minds of those who desire you, then listen carefully and act decisively. This is your blueprint to commanding love and desire with strength and precision. Now show me you're ready to claim this power. Like this message, comment below with one statement of certainty about your influence, and subscribe to this channel for relentless wisdom that transforms desire into undeniable control. Don't settle to be just another face in the crowd. Be the man she cannot escape, the man she craves in silence and shouts for in secret. You hold the key, own it. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching this video all the way through. If you found the insights helpful or thought-provoking, please take a moment to hit that like button. It really helps support the channel and lets me know you want more content like this. Sharing this video with your friends or anyone you think might benefit is also a huge help, because sometimes understanding these subtle but powerful signs can make all the difference in building deeper, more meaningful connections. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you never miss any of the upcoming videos, where I'll be sharing more timeless wisdom and practical advice you can actually use. I'm committed to bringing you straightforward, no-nonsense insights that cut through the noise and get right to the heart of what matters. Now, I really want to hear from you. Whether you have questions about the signs we talked about, want to share your own experiences, or even if you disagree with something I said, that's totally okay. The comment section is a place for open, honest, and respectful discussion. Your feedback helps me improve and also creates a community where we can all learn from each other. So don't be shy, drop your thoughts, stories, or questions down below, and let's get the conversation going. Remember, these signs aren't just random behaviours or fleeting moments. They're rooted in deep, timeless aspects of human nature, things that have been observed and understood for centuries through Stoic wisdom and real-life experience. When you learn to recognise them clearly and trust your own instincts, it gives you a powerful edge in your relationships and interactions. So keep paying attention, stay curious, and most importantly, be confident in how you move forward. Thanks again for being part of this journey with me. I truly appreciate your time and attention, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, take care and keep growing.